Solar Radio is proud to announce its collaboration with Echoes Magazine in their development of a social networking sim. In this extended weekly news broadcast, Echo Parks talks to Ray Hayden, its creator.
Okay, guys, I saved the best for last. Ray Hayden.
Hey.
Welcome, and thanks for taking time out to talk to me.
You're welcome.
Would you say, Ray, that this is a virtual world exclusively for the mature audience, even though it kind of looks like a video game?
Well, it's actually based on the same technology that you'd find powering any game, say, on the PlayStation 3. It's, high definition 3D graphics and so on. Yes, it's geared for adults. When I was looking at sim technology, I subscribed to Second Life, and they get around 80,000 users every day. And I know that the average age of those users is 32 years old. So I don't believe this is going to go above our subscribers' heads. And I think they're going to have fun embracing it too.
Who do you think this is going to appeal to?
It's going to appeal to anybody who's used to using the internet. If you're familiar with using Skype or IM Chat, you'll have no problem accessing this. It will appeal to anybody with an imagination. From my point of view, I used to love going to the local record store and hanging out and talking about music. That's missing these days because there just ain't those mom and pop stores anymore. So I'm trying to create a tool where you communicate in real time, and it's interactive. It's really interactive. When you're in the sim, you'll be able to hear Solar Radio, your classic and 21st century soul station, and they are just that. Music is essentially a social experience. If you're in our sim where you're hanging out and there's a great tune being played on Solar, it's just like being in a record store. And you can say, oh yeah, I like this, or Harvey Mason played drums on that, or whatever. That's the environment that we want to create. On top of that, Solar Radio is like the best kept secret in black music. It really is. You've got presenters on there who, I've seen their record collections. They have 50,000 records in their collection. The average radio station has about 600 records in its playlist at any given moment. These guys can play you tunes from 1952 right up to yesterday. I'm talking about presenters like Peter Young, Colin Favor, Tony Monson, Kenny Mack, James Anthony, Jean-Claude, Nick Adams. These guys are filling clubs every weekend. And the website gets nearly 1 million hits a month. So if you're in the sim and ain't nobody there, you can just chill out and listen to some great music and watch the sun go down.
Well, I did that, and I gotta say, it was pretty cool. I'm sitting here in your studio and just viewed the sim. It's the best holiday location I have ever seen, and I don't want to leave. Can you talk me through it? Where did this idea come from?
Sure. Well, when Chris Wells, the editor of the magazine, invited me on board to develop the website, I thought, well, from my experience as a web designer, I wanted to create as much of a personality as possible. The strategy was to also go back to the early days of Echoes. So we pulled off the original typeset from when it was Black Echoes. I commissioned a designer, her name is Remy Cole, to come up with the Afro Girl logo, which we love. And again, trying to keep it real cutting edge. I'd heard about sim technology and the success of Second Life. So I saw an opportunity to create a real 3D virtual version of that logo. So we created Echo Parks, the 3D character, and you played her every month in recording these podcasts for our subscribers and listeners.
Well, I did my research. I went to opensim.org and I followed a few leads and found out that if I had to pay someone to build a sim like this, it could cost me up to £35,000. Is that right?
Yeah, this really is cutting-edge technology. I've spent the last 2.5 months pulling my hair out, trying to figure out, one, whether we could really do this, and then two, how much time would it take? The thing is that Echoes Magazine is an established magazine, and like Solar Radio, it's got a great reputation, it's got a great reader base. There's 20,000 people out there reading this magazine every month. My strategy is if we're going to reflect that, then we have to do it no holds barred. And when I say we, that's Lloyd Codrington from Blue Spot Network and myself. That looks like cold all day. I actually call him Morpheus. So it's expensive and it's a pretty major undertaking.
Why would you do this?
Well, good question. The thing is, people say, oh, that's a really interactive website. That's a 90s phrase. Interactive up to now really has meant you click a button and a video page opens. You click a button and you download something, and that's not really interactive as far as I'm concerned. This is truly interactive and is immersive. The other thing is, if you buy the magazine on a monthly basis from your W.H. Smiths or whatever, then why would you visit the website if all we have on there is a virtual version of the mag? I mean, it's cool. The pages turn and it makes a sound and everything. You know, and aside from perhaps the forum, we got to give people a reason to go and look at the website. We want people to interact with that. We want to create a sense of community. This does it. It's that extra something that I think will make a difference to people who buy the magazine, happy to read it, happy to collect them and keep them at home, to go online and widen the Echoes experience. It's also a really cool way of experiencing Solar Radio. We also need to be ahead of the posse. This SIM technology is so new that by the time people figure out that they need to get this, we'll already have had it so fine-tuned that will be the only place really that you'll want to come.
Cool.
Just to add something on a personal tip here, I'm a successful record producer. I've been working in black music for 25 years. You know, I could walk into a gallery in London and see the likes of Rembrandt or Picasso, you know, staring back at me out of a frame. I love the idea that Echoes magazine has its own gallery and it represents its own heroes, my heroes. In our current exhibition, you know, we have the covers with Sizzler, Leela James, Stevie Wonder, Luther Vandross. Our archive goes back to 1976, and that just brings a smile to my face.
And what is it going to cost the subscribers?
Oh, it's going to be free. If you're a subscriber to echoesmagazine.co.uk, then you just download the viewer and sign yourself in with your existing password, and away you go.
Well, that's amazing. Can you tell me a little bit more about what's going to be in this SIM for the Echoes readers?
Well, the SIM is, in virtual terms, it's 65,000 square meters set in a kind of Mediterranean island with Athenian-style buildings. The main centerpiece is the Echoes gallery and archive, so you can see the covers. You can click on those and they'll take you to links where you can actually download a PDF file of that magazine if you've missed it. There's a similar building set up for Solar Radio. Again, trying to create a sense of community between the fans of Echoes and Solar, and that's the object.
Well, that all sounds really, really interesting, Ray. Tell me, when will it actually be up and running for our readers to log in and chill out?
Our expected launch date is the 31st of January. That's what we've set. It's already running on my desktop. I'm just fine-tuning some of the architecture and layout and so on. Then we just have to connect it to our website and thus via the internet to the rest of the world. So, you know, if we don't have too many glitches, then it may even happen sooner, but no later than the 31st of Jan, 2010.
Well, Ray, I guess it only leaves me to thank you so much for taking the time to explain all this. It sounds really exciting and I can't wait. This is Echo Parks. Hope to see you next month, and may your God be with you. echoesmagazine.co.uk.